And once again, I think beautiful morning to everyone just training. If you're joining us from wherever you are, good afternoon, and this evening, then good evening. I wouldn't want to waste much of our time today, so I'd like to go quickly to what we have for today. Like I told us on Friday that we're going to be starting a web development project, and I'm going to share the screen right away. So we're going to see how we can develop a website like this from scratch. So I expect everybody's with a system and then your code editor is ready for us to start coding. See how we can achieve something like this. I don't know if you can see my screen, but this is exactly what we're going to be creating in the next couple of minutes that we have. And I wouldn't want to waste our time. From the beginning of the tutorial, we talked about some elements of HTML. We look at basic elements of HTML. That's what we're going to be using to develop this website. We looked at the markup language itself, which is hypertext markup language. That's HTML. Also look at JavaScript, look at cascaded style sheet, that's CSS, which gives us the design and makes the web page look more beautiful. While the JavaScript is what interacts with the website and make the workflow easier. It just make the website interactive. So very quickly, we're going to be starting right away. And to do that, I just hope we are our systems is up and ready that we're ready to start coding so we can see how we can achieve that. But before I go ahead, I don't know if anybody have any question. I mean, I'm open to answer any question. You want to ask a question, you don't understand what we've been teaching so far before we go ahead and start coding. I don't know if you have any question before I move on. All right. If there are no question, I quickly want to start. So, if you can see me, if you can see the screen, right? Sorry about that. So, the first thing first, we need to create a folder. So, I'll over to my desktop. I go to my desktop. We need to create a folder. So, I just uh, create a new folder. Whichever way, either you open your document and create a new folder, or you do that on your desktop. Wherever way you can open a folder, just name the folder, maybe a test or a training, or maybe testing website. So I'm going to create a new folder here. I'll name this folder web development, and then I click on enter. And so I will double click on the folder. I'll create another folder inside, and I'll type img. Now, I sent us a file with the images that we're going to be using for this web development. So if you received that zip file on your WhatsApp, please download it and put all the zip file inside this image folder that I just created. I already had I'm going to come over here, copy those images, and I'll copy this image because we're going to be using them on the website. I'll go back to the folder I just created, web development, put it on my web development. This is the folder. I put it inside this image. So we're going to be using these images. Okay, so once you are through, you open your code editor. Once you are through creating a folder, and then after you create a folder, create a subfolder, name it img. Once you are through, we need to go back to our code editor. I need to we need to go back to our code editor right here. So once you are through creating the folder, go back to your code editor. If you're using Visual Studio, you can just open a new folder. Uh, let's open the folder we created. So I come over here, I click on web development, and I select the folder. So wait for a white load. I'm waiting for the folder to open so we could start our coding right away. Okay, so right here, the folder is open with the type web development. So I'm just gonna kick this up, and then what I'm gonna do is create a new file. I'll create a new file. I'll save it as index.html, index.html, index.html. I'm waiting for the file to save. Run create password. So please, are you all with me? So I've created a new file, index.html. So if you can see my screen, we're going to start coding right away. I don't know if you all can see my screen. So say HTML, put in the first markup language. And if you all can see my screen, then I can move on, but you're not responding. That's I need you all to respond to show that we're all following.
Yeah, we can see the screen.
Okay, thank you very much. So are we doing this together or I should just do it and then you guys are gonna do it later? How many of us are with our systems, So
I'm with my system here.
okay. So can you do what is on the screen? Maybe I think I need to add some meta tags to. I think I need to add some meta tag. Maybe I give it a description, meta tag or description. So you can give the title whatever title you want to give it, and then we'll see how we can move on with this. Okay, so after that, we need to
Hello,
move on to.
sorry about
Okay, I can hear you.
how do we get here? We just started a few minutes ago. Well, I don't know if it was my network, but I didn't see the process of how we got those first code.
Okay, what's edit? Are you using VS?
Those first code is the heading.
Okay, are you using the VS Code? Are you what editor are you using? Are we using the same editor?
No,
Okay,
I'm using Notepad plus plus.
okay, Notepad plus plus might not be good. What I did was a shortcut. Please, can you see my screen? Let me do that again. Notepad plus plus cannot give you this shortcut. So I just inserted the shortcut there, but let me cancel it and you see. So what I did was just to type HTML and then click enter. The browser just made this viewpoint. And then I needed to change the title. I already had it on my index. Please, can you, please, sir, did you just see what I did? Mr. Joshua.
Yes, I can see. Yeah, I
For
saw
your
it.
note, yeah, your notepad plus plus cannot do that.
Okay.
So maybe you just have to type the code yourself.
Okay.
So I'll wait for you while you enter this code, and then the rest guys too should do the same. And then we proceed. Now we're gonna be cutting this class in three phases. because this training max is just 40 minutes. And so because I know we're going to be delayed, and so we have to do it in two phases. So I'll wait for you. Once you are through, just tell me to carry on and then I go ahead. So after giving it a title, we need to create another file that's CSS, style CSS, so we can link it to our design page. I need to save these and then create a new file. I said style.css, style.css, style.css. When I come here, I need to link the CSS to the HTML. I need to link the CSS to the XML. So what you're just gonna do after the title, click on enter. For those of us using this, just a link. For those of us using Visual Studio, Mr. Joshua, are you true?
I'm still on it to.
Okay, I wanted to link our CSS. So let me just link the CSS link. Yeah. So put style.css, star.css.
Or
We've
is
just
it possible for you to just copy it, then send it to me on WhatsApp?
if I copy it, that means you're not learning, sir. Copy it, that means you're not learning, sir. I don't want to do that. Huh? Just get I want you to do it yourself, so start sheet. Mr. Joshua. As I'm doing it, that's how you're supposed to be doing it. And then say we link it up to style.css. Okay, I think we'll have it already. And then I close my tab and I save it. Mr. Joshua, are you using your laptop for this for the Zoom training or you're using your phone? So as you know if I can send it to Zoom directly or I just send it to your WhatsApp. Please can you hear me, Mr. Joshua? All right. Hello, Mr. Engineers. Please can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Bishop, I can hear you.
Please, sir, can you see what's on the screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, please, can I proceed?
You can proceed. I'm not doing practical. I'm just watching.
Okay, you're not doing it, sir. Oh, okay, let me proceed. So I've linked this the CSS to the HTML. So I've linked the CSS to the HTML. The next thing we're going to do is to we're through with the head tag. We're going to design the header. We're through the head tag, so we're going to design the header. So I'm going to come over here. Put header. Then after the header, we're going to give it a div class of container. So let's give it a div class of container. So dot container. We give it an ID branding, say div class of container, and then we give it a div ID of branding. So, so branding. we're gonna give it a deep idea of branding. Branding, and after branding, we need to give it a H1 tag. Let me see here. It's a H1. Give it a spam highlight. A H1. We need to give it a spam highlight. Give it a spam highlight. This is spam highlight. Sorry, I omitted this. Give it a class equals to highlight. So give it a class of highlight. Close right away, and we name it wherever we want to name it. Let's name it something. Let's say train. Train. Then we'll come over here. We'll give it something. Train website. Let's say train website, and then we'll save it. Now, let's view this and see. Let me go live. So this is what we've done so far. Train website, and then this is our title. So we need to move ahead to design the navigation links, the UI. We need to move ahead to the design the navigation links. And to do that, we need to go back to our code editor. We need to go back to our code editor. And then we need to go back to our code editor. And they give it a nav link. Um, so we need to open our navigation link. And then after navigation, we put URL. URL. So remember, I said we're going to be doing a 3-page website. So the first class, we give it a link class of current, which is the index of system. That's a link. LI. What a class of current. They give it a class of current after you put in the URL. Put in the URL. Needs to do a put a link spaces in HR index as HTML, index as HTML, and then you close it. So you name it here, you say home. You say home. So we're just gonna do the same thing. So what I'm just gonna do is just to change this guy over here.